Hey guys, we are back. We're doing a video here from DW Food. It is how to enjoy a British pub. Cheers and chats, and I will link this video in the description. I will also link my Patreon. There's more videos over there. Some are free. If you become a member, you'll get access to those. And then a paid members get access to more videos as well as full episode reacts, which right now I am doing Black Adder, the first season, and it's going pretty good. It's pretty funny. But yeah, let's get this video started and check it out.
How do British pubs work? Do you order at the table? Are you expected to tip? And when is closing time?
Hi, I'm Ali Ross, the landlady at the Coach and Horses here in London, and I will be here to help you understand what a British pub is all about.
The Coach and Horses is located in the Soho district in central London. Many of its patrons stop by in the afternoon right after work, mainly on Thursdays or Fridays.
There's a sense of a community in a British pub.
It's a social thing where people can interact and let the hair down, relax.
It's like an extended family.
It's for quite a British thing. Any opportunity you can do, you go to the pub.
So what should foreign visitors know before they go?
We often get a lot of people from typically Europe come in and either ask for a free table or sit down at a table and wait to be served. And this is not typical in England. Typically people go straight to the bar and order and then go to a table.
But what to order? The different kinds of beer can be bewildering, as some aren't known abroad.
We'll start off with London Pride. It's a real ale or a hand pull ale. They're naturally carbonated, unlike lagers where CO2 is put into the barrel. And they have a little bit of a biscuity, malty finish. Let's try a lager. If people want something that's cold and refreshing and they don't want too much flavour maybe, they don't want anything that's too hop forward, or they don't want a real ale that might be a little bit warmer, then go for a lager for sure. So here we have cider, a drink made from apples, the pressing and the fermentation of apples. You're drinking pints over ice. A lot of the time people like it really super cold. Something that's very popular at the moment is Guinness. It is from Dublin, of course. The flavour is quite mellow for a stout, and the texture is a little creamy, so it's actually quite pleasant on the palate.
Beer is always ordered by the pint. 1 pint is just over half a litre. How many do folks typically drink?
Somewhere between.
Let me know which one you guys prefer. I like dark beers, I also like ales. Were the pale ones. I do like all of it cold. That's the most typical way you're gonna get it here. If you ask for a beer at a restaurant, it's always cold. Or at a bar, always cold. I have heard that over there, that it is typically warm or room temperature. So I was a little surprised to hear one of those were cold, served cold. Not the cider, I can see that, but the I think she said it was the pale ale or the ales that were served cold. Um, I like most beers. I don't mind if they're light. I don't mind if they're dark. Um, I really just like the flavor. The only ones I don't like, and there's a lot of breweries that have popped up here in the last like 10 years or so, and they have, and I mean they're popular. It's just taste. I don't like the ones that are kind of more citrusy, like really citrusy. I don't care for those. It's just not my personal taste. I would rather it tastes like a beer than some kind of fruit. But let me know what you guys like in the comments, and let me know if it is typical for them to be cold or if it is like warmer.
6 and 10 probably.
A few, but not too many. You need to know your limits, I suppose. I can be a power drinker when I want to, or I can just have a couple like today.
7 or 8 pints and go for dinner somewhere.
Here are some do's and don'ts when ordering at the bar.
You definitely don't want people waving in your face. It can be quite rude, actually, especially the waving of a card or money or something. So, yeah, just wait patiently for your turn, and people are usually quite respectful of this in the pub.
And here's another tip.
You can't just go and buy a drink for yourself. If you're in a group of people, you offer to buy around.
And if you don't, that stays with you for a long time.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are remembered as the
Yeah.
person who doesn't do that.
Yeah, and you're known as cheap and it's bad.
Britain boasts around 45,000 pubs, many with a long and storied past. In London, John Warland of Liquid History Tours shows visitors these pubs and explains their functions in British society.
The need for warmth, shelter, food, companionship as a meeting place is probably 2,000 years old in the format we know today. A lot of the pubs we visit are probably of a Victorian era when they probably hit their heyday, so that kind of stems from the mid-1800s.
Pub is short for public house, meaning a place that's open to everybody.
Didn't know
The
that.
best thing about a pub is it's welcome to everyone. Young, old, rich, poor. You could be the CEO of a finance bank, or you could be a guy who's been cleaning the streets. For anybody who can walk through the door, pay for the price of a humble pint of beer, you can share the same space.
Also typical for a British pub, many of the regulars live nearby and the atmosphere is informal. That's also reflected in the decor.
So typically in British pubs, you'll find a lot of wood and then a mixture of textures as well. So like here, we've got an Axminster carpet, and the carpet sort of adds elements and an extension of the home, somewhere that's made for comfort, and yeah, just a little bit more sort of familiarity maybe that you might find from your home.
One thing that I am noticing is there's like people reading books. I saw earlier somebody like on their laptop. You do not see that in bars here. Usually there's loud music, it's just loud. It wouldn't be a place where you would go to do some reading or work. Um, Typically if you I mean if you go into like a coffee place or a cafe type place, then absolutely people are going to be on their computers, they're going to be working, they're going to be doing stuff or reading. I don't think I have ever seen that in a bar anywhere. So that's wild to me.
Something else to note, in pubs, you generally aren't expected to tip.
A lot of our regular customers often buy the team drinks, but I think places like America, the tipping policy over there is completely different to how it is here. So if we're offered a drink, then we'll just pop it on their bill, charge them accordingly, and just print the receipt and leave it for later. So we've got just a lot of receipts up there.
Anyone who comes to a pub should also know when it's time to go.
20 minutes to 11, we'll ring the bell for last orders and shout that out, last orders. And then again at 11 o'clock to mark the final closure, we'll ring the bell again. Guess.
Do most places like pubs close at 11? Um, Here it depends, place like state, city to city. But even like where I grew up in West Virginia, it was a big college town. Um, there were, I think, just as many bars as there were churches, and almost everywhere 2 a.m. was the time, and I believe that's the same around Charlotte and North Carolina as well. I think it's generally about 2 a.m. Now, if you're in like somewhere like Vegas or New York City, then it's kind of almost all night. I mean, it depends where you go, but there'll be something going on all night somewhere.
Aren't particularly always happy to leave. Obviously, you want to continue the party, but typically they'll, finish up their pints promptly and be on their way.
What's it like where you live? Where do you go to socialize? And what do you drink while you're there? Tell us in the comments.
Wow, there's a lot of people lined up outside their busy place. Yeah, that was super interesting. It's good to know. I learned stuff I didn't know before. But yeah, if you guys know some of the answers to some of my questions, if you could leave an answer in the comment, that would be fantastic. I do read all my comments. Sometimes some will slip through the cracks that I don't see, but I'll end up seeing them at some point, and I try to answer everybody or at least react to everything. Um, but yeah, that would really help me out to answer some of those questions. But yeah, that was a really, really interesting video. I enjoyed it. Hopefully, you guys did as well. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.